And I see the robin.
I'm just searching for equality, looking for some reason, no finding no apologies. But I do want opportunity, hard work, it ain't new to me.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Auntie Bee.
And it's Rach the Gem. I am Bonita Applebum, taking over for the 9-9 in the 2018. And we're twerking our way to self-care today.
Okay, all right. Welcome to Melanin Boulevard. We are in week 7. We want to thank you guys for your support as usual.
I'd be so surprised. I always forget what week we're in. And you'd be like, week 5? What?
Girl, because I be having to say it like, yo, we in week 8. No, oops, this is 7. Apologies. This is week 7.
Week 7. So this is called consistency.
Yeah. Just keeping it going.
Yeah. So that's what's up. Thanks for listening again, week after week. We do appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Because without listeners, we would probably be shutting down shop. So there's that.
I wouldn't. I'm going to still keep talking.
Girl, got to pay some bills somehow, though.
Well, how was your week? Week?
What did I do this weekend? I went to a Christmas party at my boss's house. That's pretty much it. Boring as hell.
I gotta get a life.
Why? What happened?
Ain't nothing but work.
Oh, yeah.
Try to catch up on stuff, hang out with the kids, like same old thing. I'm just start making stuff up. Yeah, girl, I went to France.
I mean, like, yeah, you got back in 2 days?
I did. I got to the airport, I turned right back around.
Yeah.
So I didn't really do nothing. Just work. I mean, I'm building an empire, so I gotta work. Somebody gotta do it.
Yeah, I didn't, I've been going to work every day.
We proud of you.
But on the weekend, I did nada.
Remember
nothing.
when it was so hard to go to work every day?
When we was working for that one company?
I was like, nope, not today.
Oh, Lord, I'm about to break my wine glass.
I don't feel good at FMLA.
Yeah. I wasn't even FMLA eligible because I wasn't there a year, and I was still like, I'm not coming in. On the little voicemail thing. Tell Rusty I'm not coming in.
Right. Hey, Rusty.
Hey, Rusty.
That's the homie. Yeah, I mean, it was real basic weekend. So let's just clear the air. I'm going to burn some sage while Auntie has her rant for the day. I'm over here with it.
Okay, y'all. So on Monday, I watched a video on my brother's page where it looks like he may have been a veteran and they were at some type of parade. I'm not sure, but it was an elderly Caucasian man and he had a bucket of candy, and some little kids who were non-black came up to him. He let them get into the bucket, get their candy. Groovy. Well, there were some 2 little toddlers on the side who just so happened to be black, and he took the candy out of the bucket and put it on the ground for them to pick up. And the babies are like, oh, thank you, oh, candy, blah, 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 you know, because they don't know. They see as candy. So, of course, I had a problem with the video because I was like, oh, that's some bullshit, but you know, whatever. But I'm the type of person, when I see a post like that, I like to read the comments to get my blood pressure up. I don't know why, I just do. And so the comments were saying things such as that no one's seeing it racist, stop always making it a race thing, blah, 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 blah. So my rant is to everyone who was commenting or who looked at the video, which we will post a link on our page. But whoever looked at the video and viewed it as non-racist, anytime you feed someone of another race from a bucket and then throw something on the ground to the black kids as if they were fucking animals in the zoo, that's racist. I don't give a fuck how you want to call it, how you're viewing it. There's no other way to look at it except for racist. He did not want the kids to stick their hands in his bucket of candy, which is some bullshit.
Hella disrespectful for anybody to do. And well, I didn't see the video until Auntie showed me. So when I looked at the video, one little boy or one little kid had his hand out and he bypassed the hand and just threw it on the ground.
Yeah.
Nah, if I was a parent, I would have kicked that candy in the gutter and be like, kids, hell no, don't pick it up. You, sir, that's some bullshit.
yeah, I got this rule that when it comes to being disrespected, you know, I try to respect my elders. But when it comes to being disrespectful towards me or my kids, there's only 2 elders in mine. That would be Gail, which is my mother, and Mel, who's in the ground. So I will get downright disrespectful. He would have been cussed the fuck out. Period, point blank.
All day.
You're not gonna treat my kids like they're no fucking animals. Period, point blank. And that's pretty much my rant. I was gonna go a little further, but I'm gonna keep it cute and just be like, before y'all start commenting, saying shit, saying shit isn't racist, check your privilege. How about that?
Let me put my sage out just a second. I'm back. All right. So we're going to move on to the health tip for this week. And, you know, people love to get stressed out over Christmas.
Yeah.
In the holiday season, it's a stressful time of year, to be honest, because for whatever reason, people want to drive extra fast during the holiday season. Why? I don't know. And they want to be extra rude in the stores. They want to be pushy. So during this time of year, I'm going to give you 6 tips, 6 ways to reduce stress during the holiday season. But first, let me just tell you how stress affects your body. So just so that you know, stress is recognized as the #1 proxy killer disease today. The American Medical Association has noted that stress is the basic cause of more than 60% of all human illness and disease. So these weird ass diseases that everybody's getting, especially when they're stressed out, you know, you can avoid that just by not being stressed out, zen out for a second. One thing, you know, a couple things that are affected, you get headaches, you're irritable, you're angry. Stress can do that. You grind your teeth, which is not good for you.
Not come around me doing that.
Oh my gosh. I just get your clicking ass jaws out of
like
here.
On the real. The fuck, please.
You and your clicking ass jaws. You have digestive issues. If you've ever noticed, like when you're stressed out or your nerves are bad, like your stomach is in knots. That's your second brain. Like, come on, just ease it out. Ease it out. It contributes to weight gain and obesity, diabetes type 1 and 2. It also contributes to immune system dysfunctions, fibromyalgia, and muscle tension. So those are some things that can be affected just by being stressed out. Not hereditary, not environmental. This is simply stress. So here's some 6 ways that you can reduce stress during the holiday. One thing is to set a budget. A lot of people are spending gifts, vacations, events, everything that has to do with gatherings, anything that has to do with holidays and family time. People a lot of times overspend, and that is stressful, especially at the end of the year. You still have bills to pay, so think about that. So put yourself on a budget though, and be strict with that budget. Say, I'm only going to spend this much for everything. That's what you spend. That's going to eliminate some extra stress that you don't need in your life.
Yeah, you got to stick with it.
Yeah, you have to. That's called discipline. So another way to reduce stress is to focus on the simple things. During these times, I think a lot of people forget what's the important part of the holiday season, which is spending time with your family, making memories, and not stressing over the big things, like you can't get this specific toy or device or whatever the case may be. Stressing over that when that's not what we're here for. That's not the reason behind the season.
Right.
It's about the small things, the spending time, the making memories, the laughter, the being together. All of that is what's important. So focus on the simple things. 3 is to take time out for yourself.
Yes, you have to.
Family is not always easy to be around.
That's why I drink mass amount of wine.
So, you know, especially with me, I'm not used to being around like a lot of people all the time. So sometimes it drains me. I have to go off by myself sometimes just to kind of balance myself. And you need that time to just clear your head and focus on you. Still focus on you.
But even still, like, I am used to that because you've seen my family.
Yeah, that's
like, we're huge. We're huge. Like, each one of my siblings, we got about 4 to 5 kids, period.
4 to 5.
4 to 11. But even then, I still sometimes get overwhelmed, and I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So you definitely got to take that time for yourself.
It's a lot of movement, and
Girl.
I just can't deal with too many bodies moving at the same time.
So we had 2 phases of kids, right? Imagine if they were all toddlers all at once.
No.
There would have been no family functions at my house, period.
I will not. I will not. So yeah, take time out for yourself. For this kind of also goes back to focusing on the simple things. Do something that feeds your soul and heart. Mm-hmm. It's the end of the year. You're buying new stuff. Donate some things. Give some money.
Book a trip.
Do something that feeds your heart and your soul. Book a trip. Yeah, I need a trip. But something maybe in the community that, feeds your heart and makes you feel good. You did something good. Everybody's not as, what's the word? Not privileged, because we definitely are not privileged. But everyone's not blessed to have the life that you have. And sometimes you have to take the time out and just be thankful for what you have, but also help those in need. Mm-hmm. 5 is plan ahead. You have all these functions. Just plan ahead and be prepared. Stay organized so that when these functions happen, you're not scrambling and stressing yourself out trying to get things ready and done.
Right. Agreed.
Number 6 goes hand in hand with planning ahead. While you're planning these things and doing these functions, ask for help. You can't do everything by yourself.
No.
So ask for help. Use your family members. Use your resources and get that help that you need to make things happy and comfortable for everybody.
Yeah.
So that's the health tip for this week. I hope, that helps somebody out there.
Yeah, because stress, I got about 1, 2, 3, 4 of them things on the top of that list.
So I'm going to need you to come see me every day after work.
I know that it's the majority of it can be stress related. Yeah. Because I am a very by the book on schedule type person. So the smallest little tweak to my day will throw me off and I'll just be stressed completely out. And that happens all the time because
it's something to work on. I have that issue also. Yeah. It's about control. And you just have to understand that life happens. Everything's not going to be clockwork.
Right.
Just accept it. You accept that and you just roll with the punches.
I'm afraid to accept it too much because then I'll be like, oh, well, okay. Just
don't be, but I don't think so. Just let go a little bit. No big deal.
I like this letting go thing. We just fucked them bills.
No. Come back. You went too far. Come back. So this week we have someone to king. His name is Silas.
I think we said Adenkunle.
Adenkunle. He's awesome. You want to know why? He's black, obviously.
Amen.
But he is also the CEO and founder of Reach Robotics. They're a very innovative company that uses robots to intertwine gaming and education. He raised over $7 million to fund his invention, and he recently signed a major deal to sell his gaming robots in over 360 Apple stores around the world. Ooh. So he's making money, and he's smart. It's not, no disrespect, but it ain't music and it ain't sports. So
nobody's knocking y'all hustle.
No, nobody's knocking it. But listen, let's praise everybody. Everybody deserves the spotlight.
No, I agree.
So he's super smart, and he's Nigerian. He was born and raised in Bristol, UK. He studied robotics at the University of West England, where he graduated with first-class honors. Let's go.
That's what's up.
So I just wanted to shine the light on him because he's shining bright over there in the UK, not by himself, but without us. So that's who we're kinging this week, and you'll see that on the page. He's a pretty handsome guy too.
Yeah, guys, and again, if you know someone that's doing big things in the community, making big strides towards greatness, and their melanin just absolutely 100% pops, don't forget to shoot us an email, because we want to make sure we're passing the crown on to regular people, not just celebrities. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many awesome Black people out there that are doing awesome things.
Right.
And so we want to make sure we're giving that crown to them. So our email address is Melanin Boulevard. Of course, the Boulevard is abbreviated BLVD @gmail.com. We want to hear from you. Drop us a line so that way we can go ahead and pass that crown on.
Listen, if y'all don't email us about a king or a queen, I'm a queen my damn self.
I'm saying, I look cute with a
every week, okay?
I'm just saying.
Just because she tied her shoe today.
Okay.
King, queen her.
Bee. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
Next, we'll go to Word on the
Boulevard.
What's happening?
Girl, these fools cutting up this week.
They out here tripping.
Okay, so first of all, oh God. Okay, so Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather, is suing his ex-girlfriend, Miss Jackson. I think she with Nelly now, if I'm not mistaken. She was somebody, I don't know.
Nelly, I think.
I think it is Nelly. But he's suing her for allegedly stealing. So I got this information from the Shade Room. In the lawsuit, he is alleging, and it's the wine, that she was using his credit cards, taking cash from areas in his home, and putting it in secret accounts without his knowledge. I mean, girl, get your money though.
I mean,
what? Like,
she was your woman. What do you expect her to do?
Secret accounts? That should have been anticipated. Like,
right?
Come on now.
Like what?
Anyway, apparently it's enough to sue a bitch. I don't know.
How much money did she get?
It don't say. Let me see. No, it don't say. It just says he also claims that she gained his confidence to use him. So basically, she came into the relationship like, I'm gonna use you.
How long was they together?
Floyd.
If you didn't have your money, do you think she would have gave you the time
cute and all? Cute and all.
Now,
however, money make the coochie go pop. So you should have known from the jump. I'm just saying. Anyway.
But I don't think that I don't know. You never know. But they were together for a minute.
So here's the funny thing that I thought about this article. Because his lawyer threw shade like a mother sucker.
They're being petty.
Listen to this, though. The lawyer said, in air quotes, in a statement, his lawyer said, as a result of that confidence, Mayweather, whose education ended in 8th grade, did not audit or otherwise inspect either his cash or his credit card statements for theft by Jackson.
So when did he find out that she allegedly stole from him?
Because they've been broken up for a while. So hold on, the story goes on. So then it says that the reason why he found out was because apparently she was bragging to a mutual friend about her exploits.
Oh.
So like, I got that nigga, girl. I mean,
then she need her ass beat.
Let's go to the restaurant, girl. Chanel bags.
But I'm confused. Wait, what?
I don't know. She wasn't saying all that.
I'm
just saying
after the fact,
what probably could have, transpired in those conversations, just because.
He is full access with him. He's got money. He carries cash everywhere. So
I just want to go back to the lawyer throwing the shade,
right?
And why he's okay with the lawyer releasing the statement, like. You just hella exploited yourself to prove a point on this lawsuit. Like, you just hella told everybody that remember a couple of years ago when it came out that fool couldn't read? Mm-hmm. You just hella confirmed that by saying, oh, I didn't go past the 8th grade, but this is going to make me look good because I didn't know better.
But he makes so much money. I want to know how much he's not hurting. I mean, I get the whole principle thing if this is what it is, but you're not hurting.
I mean,
what you gonna sue for? The money or?
I mean, I don't know. Like
Nelly
you're
gonna have to
hurting.
come up off some money,
but you're not.
And she ain't got it.
You're not hurting. You're not hurting though. Like, and honestly, all the bullshit you put her through. Yeah, she's old. That I don't give a fuck.
I'm just confused. Why now? Why now?
Maybe he went back to school.
He has accountants. He's not doing his own audits. Come on.
maybe the account was on her payroll. I don't know, girl. But
that's a mess.
It came out now. But anyway, Floyd got, and now he mad, and he want his money back, and it's probably not gonna happen. Anyway, good luck with your 8th grade education. Next, Uncle Russell Simmons, hurting my heart, had to step down from his companies after being accused for sexual assault. So this actually came out last week. This was a case from 1991.
Damn.
Like, yeah, they're just coming out the woodwork.
Really,
now.
you got, like, okay, I don't condone sexual harassment or anything.
No.
But, like, why is it a domino effect?
It's literally like 2017 is the year of grab them in the pussy. That's all I'm saying.
Gosh.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I'm so confused.
Everybody's just coming out the woodwork. I don't know what, I mean, like I said, I'm totally against assault, or whatever, but it's just like everybody's just coming out the woodwork. Bam, bam, bam.
Everybody.
Bam. So
after Hugh Hefner died, they was like, we about to get him all.
Let's get him. Right. So this actually hurt my heart because I've been a really big fan of Russell Simmons forever. He has daughters, he was married to Kimora Lee. He's been a role model in the community. He's taken a lot of females under his wing in that industry and taught them the ropes. So apparently this happened in 1991. The chick's just now coming out saying that, he assaulted her, like forcefully assaulted her, like
raped?
Basically raped. This is what she said.
What?
But anyway, so that actually came out last week, but this week, HBO dropped his name off of the Comedy Jam. So remember that he used to have Russell Simmons Def Comedy Jam. Now it's Russell Simmons All Comedy Jam. HBO dropped his name off. So now it's just All Comedy Jam.
Wow.
So you just losing all to go. Like
I really can't. I mean, hey, he's a man or he's a human at the end of the day. All I could see him doing is just trying to meditate and make his money.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, he's a human at the end of the day. And here's the thing. I'm torn with these sexual assault allegations.
They just
across
seem like
the
they're
board
just coming out of,
because a lot of them are happened like way back when these people or these men were stupid, didn't know any better. But you know what I'm saying?
If you did it, you did it. But why did it take
all that time? Not discrediting anyone, because it's hard as being a victim of sexual assault, rape, to come forward with stuff like that, because you don't want the backlash, you don't want the embarrassment, you don't want to hear you shouldn't have been doing this, you shouldn't have been doing that.
But he hasn't even been convicted.
No,
all he hasn't. And
there's statute of limitations. I don't even think that they're able to even take him to court.
So for him to even lose his, or to have his name taken off of the All Comedy Def Jam or whatever you call it, off of an allegation, I think that's messed up.
I mean, it is, but the part that I think that HBO was looking at was, okay, you stepped down from your company.
Oh, he stepped down.
Yeah, he stepped down from his company.
Why are you acting
like you're admitting fault? So of course that's probably her looking at it. But like I said, I'm torn because I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, okay, sexual assault, they violated you, you know, and then you have every right, but like you said, why now? Like, why are you coming out now? And it's just happening. Like, it's like fucking the Black Plague right now.
Are they like calling people up? Like, has anybody been sexually assaulted? Like,
right. That's why I'm like, are you motherfucking sneaky?
We don't care how long it's been.
Together.
You just call us.
Yes. Call 970-4544. I don't know whatever that commercial says. But yeah, so that's what's going on with him. So I'm really torn or hurt about that, because I've always been a fan of Def Comedy Jam. I've always been a fan of All Comedy Jam. So it's just kind of like, damn. And then, like I said, I've been a fan of him. So to look at him like that, knowing he has daughters, knowing he has nieces.
Kimora was young. Not saying that, whatever, but
I don't know. But speaking of sexual assault, Representative John Conyers finally made the decision to retire after harassment allegations surfaced almost a month ago. So apparently last week he was getting pressure from the Congressional Black Caucus to just go ahead and retire with grace instead of letting them take him down. So he finally made that decision to go ahead and do it. Apparently his case was settled quietly in 2015. And so when everything came out, like all these different allegations, old girl decided, I'm gonna say my shit too.
No, that should have been in in the clause, like a non-disclosure or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely feel that NDC should have been signed. And maybe it was. I don't know the details. I haven't really like looked at it because, quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing sexual harassment on my news feed like every day.
It's literally coming out all over the place.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm like, okay, girl. I get
Are they getting paid? Let me know. I'm just like,
I don't know.
Side eye.
But yeah, so and the thing about his situation is because when everything came out, like his health is rapidly declining. He's actually in the hospital right now. Wow. He released that statement that he's going to go ahead and retire from his hospital bed. So
he's stressed out.
And it sucks because this man is like 88 years old and he's black, and it's like it hurts, like kind of like it hurt with Bill Cosby because I grew up on the Cosby Show. So when all that shit came out, I was just kind of like, oh, bro, like, you really was doing that? Like, oh, Rudy, Vanessa, Denise.
Yeah.
You know, like, what was going on? But it is what it is. Let's see. Nas has filed custody paperwork citing that Kelis, his ex-wife, milkshakes is not bringing her boys to the yard.
She has a cookbook, doesn't she? Oh. She has a cookbook or something.
I have no clue. But he filed custody paperwork stating that she only lets him see his son when it's convenient for her. I don't know. I think one of his songs he released like right after they got a divorce was explaining what happened. He cheated on her. She probably bit her. So that's that. But that sucks because this is one of the things as black women what we do so often is we hold the baby against the dad. Like what happened in y'all relationship, that's between y'all. You don't, right. Girl. No, not me. You better take these kids. Listen, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. When me and my baby daddy split, when you coming to pick these damn kids up? Like, you come get these motherfuckers. Hi, new girlfriend. How you doing? Make sure you comb her hair and don't put the rubber bands too tight. Girl's trying to get rid of them goddamn kids. I need a break. Like, come on now.
I think that, I mean, a lot of people... And it's two-sided on this when it comes to parenting. You know, sometimes the women are bitter and they use the kids against the father, and that's absolutely wrong. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the fathers don't really want to be involved in the first place. Yeah. And that's messed up too. Yeah. So I just think that everybody needs to be an adult in a situation. Like, I have my own situations and I'm not going to be like, no, my kids can't come see you. Right. What?
No, I agree. No. I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. I would never... do that. Unfortunately, with my ex, he turned for the worse, and I had to keep them to protect my kids. I had to keep them from, and that's something totally different, you know. And then he filed custody papers on me with that situation. So let me just go ahead and put this on out here since we talk about it. It's the wine. So he filed the custody papers on me, and then when the court date came up, he was in jail.
Oh my gosh.
So he pretty much bent his own self over with no Vaseline with that one. And I won primary custody of my kid. So if you're going to try to play the game the right way. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I hope for the best for them. I mean,
it is what it is.
Right?
Let's talk about Miss Mariah Carey, though. No. Baby know how to get her coin. That's all I'm going to say. So she sued her ex-husband, or ex-fiance, excuse me. She was trying to sue him for, I think it was like $53 million or something like that. So she didn't get that much. But what happened was, while they were together, like he had her move somewhere. She uprooted her life. The second leg of her tour was canceled. So he caused her to lose a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So $50 million is what she tried to get from him. Yeah, $50 million. So she didn't walk away with that much, but she did walk away with some millions, which rightfully so, because
if you lost money,
you lost money. You canceled a whole second leg of your tour. Like, I mean, I don't know how your tickets was selling anyway.
I'm just about to say, like, who's buying? Listen, Mariah, I really wish she would just have stopped like 2 years ago, because she's not... It's just a struggle all the time. You barely move on stage.
So here's my thing, because I think a lot of the singers, like we were talking about Toni Braxton last week.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, y'all. We were talking about Toni Braxton last week and how she could not. Her performance at the BET Awards sucked.
It did.
But a lot of these new school divas are trying to be like the old school divas: Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan.
Oh yeah, they can go for years.
still put on good shows.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all can't get these diva attitudes like, oh, these people are going to come see me and I'm just going to stand in one spot on the stage or lay on a chair or have some niggas carry me across the stage.
We don't want that.
And people are actually going to see her do that. And I'm just like,
I'm not spending a raggedy penny.
Not a damn dime. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. It's not happening at all. So yeah, she won that settlement. It didn't give a dollar amount and how much she actually got, but it was in the millions. So
congratulations.
LeBron James is doing big things for his community. He just partnered with the Akron school board to open up a public school. Right now it's specifically for 3rd and 4th graders, which is the prime age for reading, writing, all of that stuff, where it's really coming into like effect in their brain. So I think that's the reason why they went that route for just those 2 grades. But what I read online was saying that it's going to later on incorporate more grades into it.
I hope they're reading by 3rd. I hope they better be knowing how to read.
I mean, you got to remember these school systems, you know.
I don't know. A
lot of and the sad thing about it is a lot of these kids, you know, your parents can work with them, things like that, but if they have learning disabilities that have not been pointed out and they need help and the schools aren't there, you know, giving that feedback, then you know, these poor kids are stuck.
They get lost.
Yeah, they get lost in the system. So congrats to him. The school is scheduled to open fall of next year. So I think that's a really good thing. He said it's one of the most important accomplishments in his life. And hey, I'm all for it.
Good job.
Good job.
He always gives back, so that's great.
The NFL.
So I don't know if it was paid out or not, but yeah.
The NFL is offered. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
What's going on outside your house?
That's some badass.
It's cracking over here, y'all.
My neighborhood is so suburban hood. I'm sorry. Yeah, them badass kids. It's probably little motherfuckers be stealing on people's porches. They ain't black either. Just saying. I'm about to open the window and say, shut up. Shut your ass up. Badass kid. I'm going to get a sign to put in the window and say, recording, quiet. Hold on. Let me try to pull this article up when y'all can listen to the badass kids outside my house. Okay, so the NFL offered $100 million proposal for players to stop with the protesting. So basically, what they're doing is they're out of that $100 million. It's supposed to be like donated to different types of air quotes again, black. What's the word I'm looking for? Organizations.
No.
Let me see. Let me just see if I can name a few.
You think a couple dollars is going to shut people up? That's not going to fix anything.
Well, apparently they offered it to somebody and he took it. So
what? Who?
I don't remember his name. My brother posted the whatchamacallit. Anyway, he also posted the NFL stood for niggas for life.
Basically.
Which really it is, because
if some money can shut y'all up, you're already making money.
Okay, here it goes. So the national funding will be allocated accordingly: 25% to the United Negro College Fund, 25% to Dream Corps, 50% to Players Coalition. That's so much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's 100% right there.
So what happens to the black people being killed by the police officers?
I don't know, but y'all could pay that to those organizations, and how about we still kneel?
Right.
Do something right. Why would you pay me? Why would you pay me or offer to pay these organizations to take away my First Amendment rights? You're basically saying I'll pay you to not protest.
That's exactly what they're saying.
So how about you let me protest and still make a difference by donating to those.
Right.
Anyway.
That's hush money. Play nice money.
We don't do that.
Play nice for everybody. No.
I mean, they're suffering right now because the ratings drop, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's not going to make people watch it. I mean, I hope that's not going to help people watch it. That's not what we want.
I haven't watched this season, but I haven't openly protest either. I stated in a blog post last month the reason why I haven't, because I feel like the NFL protest has taken so much volume away from what the original protest was. So I haven't been openly I'm drunk, y'all. Sorry. She still got wine in her glass. Well, I do too, but
we got the same amount.
You're right. Let's top off. Okay, she don't like it. My boss gave me this bottle of wine. It's delicious to me.
It really gets you there fast.
Girl,
I'm fading right now.
9.5% alcohol. Thanks, Corey. That's my boss. But yeah, no, what I was saying was I haven't openly protested just because of that simple fact. I don't want to take away from the actual message at hand, and that's actually what's been happening. Like, this has turned into a whole
finger pointing, and let's make it about something else.
Pretty much. And we're only kneeling now because Trump said not to do it. It's not, you know, you niggas wasn't out there kneeling to begin with when he first started doing it. Y'all didn't want to start kneeling until Trump said something about it, and now everybody want to kneel. You know, it was like a handful of players that was actually protesting with Colin Kaepernick, and doing it because of the reason why he was protesting, you know. So I haven't openly protested. I will say that tomorrow I will be watching. I'm sorry, the Saints is playing the Falcons. It's like what we call back home the Ghetto Bowl.
Oprah.
We on Oprah already?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll say it.
So Oprah's still making money as usual. She just signed a $70 million deal with Discovery Networks for them to acquire an additional 24.5% stake in OWN, which is a part of Harpo Incorporated. So I don't think Oprah's going to go down in history as the richest black woman ever.
There's two. There's two of, what am I trying to say? Am I tipsy? Two of the most wealthy black women. What am I trying to say? There's 2 billionaires that are black. I'm pouring more wine. Y'all know what I mean. Oprah and another woman are deemed like one of the most rich, wealthy black people. I forget what the other lady does.
I know who you're talking about. Isn't she English or something like that? Like
I know she's in another country.
Yeah, I think she's from England. I don't know what she does, but
I mean, Oprah out here making coins, okay? She has her own network. Let's go.
Get along. Can I just be featured on Queen Sugar? I could be an extra as long as I stand next to Kofi.
Me off.
You can't be rubbing.
I'm like, I want to just breathe on him, like on back.
I just want to stand next to him in the grocery store.
He's fine. That's my man.
I just saw him on the cover of some magazine. I was in the store with my husband, and we was walking past like the aisles, and the magazine was there. And you should have seen his face when I ran over to the magazine and picked it up. He was looking like, bitch.
Did she run over to the magazine?
That motherfucker. Yep, I sure did, because it's Kofi.
Yeah, he fine.
Yeah, he fine.
So that's awesome. She making money. And one thing I did want to add is that Atlanta's new mayor's name is Keshia. So that's for all the little black girls with black names. Not me. My name's Racheal. You know, Brandy. They're super.
Thanks, Mom.
Right, man. What was you doing? Anyways, but that's for all the little black girls with, quotes, black names.
Kavinjane. My niece's name is Tarajane, and I love it because it's very unique. It's her mom and her dad's name put together.
Black people love doing that.
Girl, and it's unique, and I love it, and it stands out, and she's a baller, and she's in college right now, and she's awesome. So... yeah, making moves.
They try to make you think that just because you have a so-called black name,
an ethnic name,
that you can't go anywhere. You can go very far. And she's mayor of Atlanta.
Go ahead, Keshia. But you know what?
Keshia Lance. She hitting the microphone.
Sorry, y'all. I'm so drunk. Okay. That red velvet cake gonna be fucked up. I'm just saying. So my niece, one of my older nieces, Selena, actually went to high school with a white girl named Keshia. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
They taking our names too.
Yeah. I don't even know what the origin of Keshia is.
I don't know.
Whatever. Speaking of black girls doing things, I forgot to in the beginning to shout out my niece Natavia.
Hey Natavia.
She just got her first job today.
Go girl.
And I am so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. So congratulations, baby. I love you. You better make that money.
Good job.
Amen. All right, so that was the word on the boulevard for today. Now we're moving on to our next topic, our melanated discussion. Today's episode is entitled Me, Myself, and I, and it's all about self-care and knowing when to be selfish. Because that's a lot of times we have a quote here, sometimes we give so much that we end up losing ourselves. Mm-hmm. And that was something that I had to learn like in my mid-20s, because actually I don't even say my mid-20s. I'm going to say like my early 30s. Yeah. Because I was always like giving so much of myself emotionally, where I started to take on like all my friends' problems. Whatever they were going through, I started stressing out about it. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of like I had to learn that you can't be Miss Fix It or Captain Save a Hoe. You can't. So when is it okay to be selfish?
Well, I just want to touch on what you were saying, how you kind of take on everybody's problems. I'll recommend a book that I'm reading. It's called Codependency No More.
I already read it. You told me about it.
Yeah, that book is really good.
Yeah, it is.
I'm telling our listeners.
Oh,
remember.
I thought you were talking to me.
We-recorded. She's like, yeah, girl, you told me already.
You told me I read it.
I'm telling everybody else. That book, Codependency No More, is really good because it does teach you how to set boundaries and how to not take on everybody's problem. You don't have to fix everything. Mm-hmm. You really don't. You ain't got to fix everybody's problems. But you're asking, when is it okay to be selfish?
Yeah, when is it okay to be selfish exactly? Like, because a lot of people look at the word selfish in such a negative light. Like, when is it okay to actually be selfish?
I think that everybody should have moments of selfishness, and it's not to say it in a bad way. Like, I'm not letting my kids be barefoot while I'm at the nail shop. Mm-hmm. That's some bullshit. Right. But everybody should have moments of selfishness, because that right there is self-love. Everybody needs something that is self-serving. Right. It's not anything negative for you to do something for yourself or take time out for yourself that only serves you. Right. Because you're taking care of everybody else. And this goes for men and women. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to speak from a woman's standpoint because that's what I am. As a woman, I'm always taking care of somebody, a child, or...
Because it's in our nature.
It's in our nature. Mm-hmm. We're nurturers, had some codependency issues, which I'm getting over, where I wanted to fix. I knew how to fix it, so guess what? I'm going to fix it. Yeah. And then that turns into a big thing where I'm engulfed in something that had really nothing to do with me. Right. And then there's resentment. Right. So selfishness is, I think it's okay to be selfish when it's a situation that could overtake you. Right. So when it doesn't have anything to do with you, I'm sorry, sis, I can't help you because it's not gonna. It's too much for me to take on. Right. It's gonna take too much of me, and I'm not willing to give that. Right. And that's okay. Like, be honest with yourself to be honest with everyone else. Right. I think the perfect time to be selfish is when you don't have kids. Oh my gosh. Take advantage of that time if you don't have kids to do all the things that you want to do. Right. Self-serve yourself so that when you do have kids, you can't be like, you can still do everything that you want with kids, but when you have kids, you have to put yourself on the back burner sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you do, but then and at the end of the day, you still have to take care of yourself when you have children, too. You do. If your kids have everything they need, a couple of things that they want, you don't have to give your child everything they want. And I know a lot of people, especially Black people, what we do is the things that we didn't have as kids, we tend to try to put that off as, I'm going to give my kids the things that I never had. When in essence, all you really need to do is give them some of that stuff. Like, you don't have to break it down. And a lot of times we look at it as, okay, so example. Here's an example, because I know a few people who, as kids, weren't able to celebrate Halloween, right? Mm-hmm. So they literally go out of their way every year for Halloween to make sure their kids have the most expensive costumes and they look the best in the school and stuff like that. And that's all materialistic. It is. You know what I'm saying? What exactly are you teaching your child by doing that? And one thing is that the the kids don't give a crap about that
really
stuff.
don't.
They really don't care.
don't.
I remember I wanted the cheap shoes that lit up, but I couldn't have them because I had to wear Nikes.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like kids don't care. Kids don't care about name brands. Kids don't care about all that stuff. And one thing that I, as a single mother, not having the father around all the time, sometimes you overcompensate.
Yeah.
And you give a lot more than what you should, when really you can give to yourself. Take some selfish time. My kid, when it was just me and Simone, my oldest, that girl had everything she wanted and needed.
Right.
When I could have really just took some time out for myself, or focus on myself, invested in myself to be a little bit ahead. But I was really just trying to overcompensate for the lack of.
And see, that's one of the problems that I had when it was just me, Jocelyn, and Wesley. Mm-hmm. When their dad kind of fell off the picture and they were used to him being there. Well, not so much Wesley, but Jocelyn was used to her dad being there. They had a really good, close bond. And so what I would do was, every Christmas, I would overspend. Half of the gifts under the tree, I would say, was from me. Half of the gifts under the tree, I would say, was from their dad. Like, I would buy the gifts and put his name on it.
You good.
To overcompensate for.
All them gifts had my name on them.
Well, she was depressed. Like, she was a little girl. Like, why isn't my dad, doing this stuff for me? So that overcompensation, I went above and beyond. And meanwhile, I was walking around, bills not paid, you know what I'm saying? And I'm putting myself out there because I was young and dumb. I didn't know any better. Car getting repossessed. No. Now I'm on the bus in the wintertime, but my kids got a gang of Christmas gifts and they don't know that their dad didn't send them nothing. They think that their dad sent them this shit. That and it took a lot of growth for me to realize, like, hey, I need to take care of self. Yeah. So now I don't have a car to get to work every day. But these motherfuckers got the best video games and all the good toys from their dad, air quote again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that just making sure, one, not overcompensating for your kids. Because like I said, the kids don't care.
No.
My kids already have a lot of stuff. This Christmas, I'm not doing a whole bunch because guess what? They don't care. You get them a couple things that they really wanted and some things that they needed. And keep it real simple, because that shit's going to end up in the floor anyways.
Yeah. Broke.
At the bottom of the toy box.
In my case, they left it on the floor. The dogs done chewed it up. You know what I'm saying?
Kids really don't care. They really care about the memories. They're not going to care about all that crap that you just bought. They are really just going to be like, remember that time that we baked cookies together? Or remember that time we went to go see the lights? Or we drove around and we did this? Or we made hot cocoa? Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So really just take that opportunity and save that money to put in your bank and to be a little selfish, because your kids don't need every damn thing.
They don't.
A great time to be selfish is every day, all the time. You have to be selfish, especially when you have kids, because especially if your kids don't need anything, being selfish means taking some time out for yourself.
Yeah. One of my problems that I used to do a lot was I used to be scared for people to be mad at me, like if I didn't help them or if I didn't give them something.
Codependency, girl.
It would be a point where, like, if I have $20 and somebody be like, I need $20, I would give them $20. And now I'm sitting here trying to put shit together to feed my kids.
Nah.
That's something that I had to take a look back and be like, okay, I got $20. Let me see what I need to pay, and then whatever's left over, you can have. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Learn to say no.
Yeah, and that was a problem that I had. Like, I couldn't say no, like, because I was scared that person would be mad at me.
Self-sacrifice, and for what?
Yeah.
So, what is self-care or love to you? What do you consider that?
Self-care, like of myself.
Yeah, how would you...
Like loving myself?
Yeah, how would you care? What do you consider as... What do you do when you need some self-love or some self-care? What makes you feel loved by yourself?
I take my me time. So here's one of the things that I do now, okay? When I come home, I go sit in my bathroom. And I sit on the toilet. I'm not even using the bathroom half the time. But I'm sitting there. I'm on my social media. I'm reading, I'm doing something, I have to go in the bathroom because everybody and their mama want to bother me, but I know that if I'm in there, they'll leave me alone.
Oh, you lucky.
Most of the time. Well, see, that's what happens when you have older kids.
Yeah, they just leave you alone.
Yeah, they just like whatever. But I had to start doing that because what happened was, especially having worked in call centers, I would come home with the worries of the world on my shoulder from dealing at work and immediately go into dealing with the problems that my kids was having without giving myself a breather. So that's one of the things that I do for self-care. Another thing I do is I enjoy just sitting in a bathtub. Like, oh my God. I enjoy sitting in the bathtub. Like, the way my room is set up now, I turn the TV. I'll find me a good Netflix.
Oh, you good?
Series.
You got it made.
Girl, I'll lay my ass in that tub and be like, whoo, with a glass of wine. Something, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to get that time into myself. And I talk to myself. And I talk to God. And I talk to my dad. And I talk to like people from my past that are no longer here. Mentally, of course. I'm not really sitting there talking out loud, y'all. Y'all don't think I'm crazy, please. But I do. And that's my me time. That's how I unwind. That's how I relax. That's how I clear my mind most of the time. So
that's good. I really have to do better on this self-love and self-care.
And I keep telling you that.
I do. I'm in like a weird transition right now. So I'm kind of out of my natural, what do you call it? I'm just
element.
I'm just out of my natural element. So being able to take the time out, like I love to take a bath. Like I so love to take a bath. But my kids just don't leave me alone. And I need to take some time out to like have a girls' night out. Or that's one thing that I do like to do that helps me just relieve like some tension. I love to go out to the club and dance and just have a good time. Yeah. That's one thing that helps me like, okay, now I can tackle my week. I love getting my nails done. Yes. I love, pedicures, manicures. I love that. I really need to take more time out to, like, what I have been doing every day is meditating. And my kids be right there, but I have my earbuds in. And I be like, are you bleeding? Oh, no? Okay, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
So I try to sit there and meditate while they're kind of winding down and going to bed. That's what I've been doing lately, just to kind of get my mind together. I started back doing yoga and just kind of working on myself. Girl, I was tired. I was like, this don't make no sense to be this tired of this yoga.
Girl, because my kids know what the BBB means. Bleeding, broke, burn. If it's none of those, don't fuck with me. But it'll get better for you.
I have little babies.
Because you have babies right now. Once they get to the age where they know that, okay, mama got that face on, we just going to leave her alone. It'll get better.
Yeah, like Simone, she's 9, so she cool. Sometimes she be coming off the wall with some weird stuff like, can I eat? What you mean?
I just fed you.
Or like, the food is right there. Like, you don't want to eat when dinner was made. That's fine. But the food's there, go make you a plate. Like, what you mean, can I eat? Would you stop it?
That's how they are, girl. That's how Caleb is. Oh my God. Like literally before you came, I was on the phone with my sister. We were talking and he comes in here and asks me a question from a conversation that we had when I first walked in the house. So he was doing 2 things. 1, trying to get on my nerves, and 2, being nosy. He was trying to see what my sister was talking about. So just like, leave me alone. Like, boy, if you don't. So I just gave him that look. And he was like, oh. And just walked away.
I get it.
Yeah, like, okay, I see what you do. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's certain things that I know, like, everybody's different. I like to go out, and I like loud music, and I like to relieve some of that stress with my dance, so, but not everybody likes that. Do what makes you feel good, whatever makes you decompress, read a book, whatever that is. Yeah. Go for a walk, take that time out for you, because if you can't be alone with yourself, you got a problem.
So one of the things that I decided to do with next year, 2018, and I'm not for New Year resolutions.
I hate them.
I'm not for that.
I wish they would go away.
This isn't a resolution. It's a lifestyle change. So one of the things that I'm doing for self-care is I'm going to start traveling. So I have always had a big fear of flying, right? Up until last year, or this year actually, where it was explained to me, and y'all don't laugh at me because no one ever really sat down and explained the laws of gravity to me until my coworker, rest his soul, John, explained to me how a plane stays in the sky. Once he pointed that out to me, because I'm big on, if I don't know how it works, I'm not going to do it. Once he pointed that out to me, I'm like, well, shit, let's book flights. Let's go. So one of the things that I'm doing in 2018 is I'm taking several trips, and I'm not going to not incorporate my kids. We're going on cruises. We're doing everything because, like you said, you want to build those memories. I'm not going to give them materialistic things. I'd rather give them the memories. But in the same token, I'm not going to go broke trying to do and neglecting myself. Right. Trying to do stuff. So like I said last week, I booked a trip to New Orleans for this for January. And yeah, I booked it right during the fucking Christmas season. You know why? Because I'm not going to get these niggas everything they want this year. It's just not going to happen.
I remember when you was stressing over the hoverboard. Remember that year?
Yeah, that was last year.
Was that last year?
That was last year. Damn. I was stressing over the hoverboard. The year before that, I stressed over another hoverboard because Wesley wanted one, and he ended up 3 months later selling it to somebody.
I remember that.
Girl, remember I wanted to kill his ass.
See, kids don't give a damn.
Yeah,
they don't care what you did to get it. So you done gave blood and everything. Had to sell some booty for this hoverboard, and you sold it.
On Tropicana with my leg out. Like, I need a hoverboard. You know you like big girls. So that's one of the things I'm doing for 2018. I want to travel. I've yet to get a passport.
Oh, you gotta get one, girl.
So that's with my next paycheck. I will be getting a passport for all of us because I'm just like, it's time for me to start doing things that I like to do. Yeah. I'm going to incorporate you guys, and I bet you're gonna like it too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing that I love doing. When this is when it was me and Simone, but me and all the kids that I have now, I have 3 kids. We haven't been anywhere. We haven't been out the state. You know, so much has gone on. I had 2 babies back to back, so a lot has happened in that time frame. But for Christmas, I really just wanted to take them out of state. I remember taking Simone to California all the time. We was always going somewhere. We went on a cruise. She was 2 years old on a cruise ship. Like, these are memories, and these are pictures that she's gonna look back on and be like, oh wow, yeah, like that's awesome. Like, I went to Mexico. We didn't really go nowhere far, but she always like say, oh, I went to Mexico. It's a memory for her. She doesn't say, oh, I remember that one Barbie that you got me 4 years ago. Like, she don't care, but she knows she went to Mexico. She knows that she's gone to SeaWorld. She knows all these things. She knows she's been to the beach. These are memories.
It's funny too because like we went home to Corey's home to Chicago this summer, and my kids had never been out of state, you know. So a couple of weeks ago, my son Caleb was just like, oh, how's Auntie Carnetta? And I'm sitting here thinking like, how you still remember, like, you know, remember who that is? But it's because those memories are there. That's Corey's aunt, and she like really like babied the fuck out of them when they were there. So
so they love that.
They love that, and they remembered that. So that's one of the reasons why I was kind of like, okay, it's time to make memories. And in doing that, I'm taking care of myself because now I'm not stressing over the stupid materialistic things. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's not going to matter.
No.
Let me see where we're at. There's levels to selfishness. You know, level 1 means taking the time out when you need it. Yeah. One thing that I'm doing right now that could be considered, when we say selfish, don't take it as like a wrong way. This is just what we're using as saying take something for yourself. Right. I'm investing in myself. The certificates that I want to get, the education and certain things that I want to get, I'm doing that. Right. And that's only going to benefit my kids, but it also in return makes me feel good. I'm getting my accomplishments made. I'm accomplishing my goals. It makes me feel better. It builds my confidence. So in return, I feel good about myself. My kids see me happy, because when you're not taking some time out for yourself, when you're not being a proper amount of selfishness, like a good amount of selfishness, your kids see that, and then they're gonna grow up thinking like, it's okay not to do anything for yourself. Just because you're like, this one thing that I have to like say. When I first had my child, someone told me, and it's sort of true, but it's really just the way that they say it. Like, when you have a baby, you go out the window, basically.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
And you really shouldn't say stuff like that to people, because they forget about themselves. They think that saying that, and I was pregnant when this happened, but saying that made me feel like, now I have to make myself small, and I have to make it all about my child.
Right.
I'm really learning right now that that is not the case. Like, you have to take care of yourself. You have to do what makes you happy. Just because you have a child doesn't mean you have to be miserable for their happiness. Right. No, your happiness is also their happiness, because if you're miserable, they feed off of that. They feel that energy. No, they do. And that's not right.
They do. Like, I know I've heard like stories like, oh, if there's not enough food, I'm gonna give it all to my child. I won't eat, I'll starve. Why can't you split it? Like, a child's stomach is only so big. It can only hold so much. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You're trying to be the martyr for the cause. I understand. But at the end of the day, part of that self-care is you got to eat too.
Right. You have to take care of yourself.
You have to take care of yourself, because when you're laid up sick, then what's going to happen to your baby?
Right. Exactly.
So I know. And another thing I know that's like, mothers, we're always so giving, so loving, nurturing. When we go into a situation where we've always focused on our kids, took care of our kids, and now they're grown, we're lost.
Yeah, you don't know what to do.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to be that mom.
Right.
When my kids get, all of them go, I have 2 that are pretty much grown now. They still live here.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Black people. Well, that's another topic.
Girl, no.
Chinese people, we having generations in their home.
And they shouldn't.
Why not? Why can't we work together as a whole, and when they get the money that they need, so they don't have to come back, when they get their self and get their wings, and they get their self a job and work and build up a savings, go to school, do whatever they need to do, then they can get out. But why can't we work together as a whole?
So when your baby get grown and still living with you, come talk to me so you can know my frustration.
18 is not grown though.
But she's finna be 20.
20 is not grown. Shit. Imagine being 20.
Anyway, I love my daughter. I'll do whatever for her.
I know that, but I'm just saying, it's not grown.
When you move out and you move back in,
Simone already told me she ain't moving. She just told me today that she doesn't want to drive, because I was like talking to her about like saving money, and I'm like just kind of giving her some tips, because she's young, but we gonna start now. And she's like, well, I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start getting putting some money aside and getting you a bank account, and I'm gonna start saving money for your car and getting you a bond and all this blah 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 blah, investing. And she's like, well, I don't really want to drive. And I'm like, what?
You're like, excuse me?
So how you gonna get around?
So you want to chauffeur?
You want me to drive? I don't know if that's gonna work, because but okay, back to self-care.
I digress. Self-care, here we go. So where were we at?
I think you were telling a story, but I forget.
I don't even remember what that
we just went off in a tangent.
Straight tangent.
Well, I said there's levels to this selfishness. Damn it. Oh, you were saying that you're not going to be the mom that doesn't know herself, basically.
Yeah, I'm not. That's what I was saying. So when all of my kids are grown, I want to be that mom. Like, I'm getting in my RV and coming visiting y'all, but I'm still traveling the world. I still get to see my grandbabies, but I'm not going to be in your shit all the time. Like, oh, what are you guys doing? Let me come join your trip, because I'm gonna be taking my own. Yeah. And that's all about the simple fact that I separated my personal care from the care that I was giving my children. I didn't just let myself go and focus completely on them, because I don't, like I said, I don't want to be lost when I'm like 60, 70. I want to be able to be cute, or as my sister would say, in my stirrup pants, with some cute little heels.
Stirrup pants.
Girl, you should hear Nicole tell the story. It's hilarious. It is hilarious.
Oh, no.
But I want to be, you know what I'm saying? I want to be that grandmother that, oh, let's go visit Nana across the country, or Nana's in France, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to be just sitting there like,
you don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah, what am I going to do? My kids are grown. Oh, let me call them and see what they're doing. Hey, kids, what are you doing? No, I don't want to do that.
No, I'm always a person who's been a creator of something. I'm going to create something.
Right.
But right now, while my kids are young, I'm going to invest in myself, and I'm going to be a little selfish with my money because they have everything that they need.
Yeah.
They don't need everything, or they don't need everything they want, really. So just being selfish in this time to, one, set myself up for success and also my kids up for success, and teach them a healthy relationship with yourself.
Right. That's very important.
Yeah, it is, because I don't want them to not take care of themselves. So I have to do a better job with taking care of myself and taking time out and doing all these things,
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself and taking the time out to do that. Even when, I remember times where I would be like, I know I need to go out. I want to have a girls' night out. And my babies would be crying like, Mom, don't go nowhere. Please don't go nowhere. And you feel kind of guilty, but you shouldn't feel guilty because Mom needs this time.
Yeah.
I need this time. You don't even know.
Yeah, no, you definitely do. It's just like people who are workaholics too.
Sort of me.
But you're working hard for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people who are working hard for another company. Their only benefit they're getting from it is health benefits and a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's going, and some people may look at it as, okay, this is my career. That's fine. You get retirement, things like that. But at the end of the day, you spent all this time breaking your back, earning money for the next person, instead of saying, you know what? I'm going to take my vacation time that you're giving me.
Yeah.
You're giving me 80 hours a year.
I'm going to take
I'm
them.
taking that let me tell you something. I don't let an hour go by. Period. When it comes to my vacation and sick time, personal time, PTO. Hell, if you want to, I'll even take some bereavement hours.
Make
up some shit. Just, you know what I'm saying? You gave it to me.
I saw this post that said, that was like, one coworker said to the other, yeah, whenever you need me to work your shift, we can switch. Just let me know. They called him. They're like, oh, my uncle's hamster's in town. I would, but his hamster's in town. I was like, I'm using that. Like, I would go, but my uncle's hamster just came to town. This is crazy that this would happen.
I'm sorry.
This weekend. Oh my God. Like, I want to help you, but I haven't seen this hamster in forever.
But yeah, this is something that I have had to preach to someone close to me, and I'm not going to go into detail. But I had to preach that to this person. And once they realized, hey, like, yeah, this is some bullshit. Like, I'm working all these hours and I have all this vacation time that I could be taking. And now that person's like, shit, I'm leaving work early today, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? They had that realization that self-care is more important than another company. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're working for your own company. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not knocking anyone who works for somebody else who has a career with that organization. But when it comes to taking care of yourself, if they're giving you them hours off, take them goddamn hours off.
Because if you work yourself to death, that company still keeps ticking and talking after you're dead. You may
get a memorial email. I ain't even gonna say service. Memorial email.
Oh my gosh.
I'm dead ass, because business goes on in their eyes.
Business as usual.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think some great times to be selfish, which I made a little list of, is times that you are going to take to avoid being taken advantage of. Because it all stems from, if it's going to hurt me more to help you, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I just can't. Yeah. And you can't do that all the time. I'm all for helping people. Like, I love to help people. I'm a fix-it person. If I can help you, I'm going to do it. But I had to learn, I cannot help people when I'm going to be the one hurting. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just not. Be selfish when you need to be alone. Oh my God. I'm literally around kids all day, or I'm running around town, or I'm on the laptop. Like, I be needing some alone time.
Right.
Where I don't even want to hear my own voice. I just want silence, and I just want to be quiet. Sometimes you need that time just to like
unwind.
Yes, like unwind. Go to bed. Listen, sis, I can't stay up with you tonight on the phone, girl. Or, hun, I can't stay up and watch TV with you, or whatever the case may be. Kids, listen, bedtime is at 8:00. Girl, I got to get to bed because I'm tired.
My family know not to call me after 9 unless it's an emergency. And if they do, the first thing I do when I answer the phone is say, "What's wrong?" Because they already know. Yeah. Like, I'm in bed. I'm in bed. It has nothing to do with me being old before anybody think that. I've always been about my sleep. It's never been like...
I used to work graveyard, so sleep has always been like a weird relationship with me. So I worked graveyard, and then I got pregnant with Simone, and you already know what happens after kids. So the rest is history. I just started getting my good sleep, and then I got pregnant again, and Simone was 5. So that was fun, but... Be selfish when it comes to your sleep. You have to get enough sleep. You really do. And I'm literally preaching to myself. And a weird way to say it is be selfish when you need help. Sometimes you need help and as a part of self-care. And sometimes you have to make it about you sometimes. Again, if it's not going to cause damage to the other person or cause more turmoil to someone else, and ask for the help. Yeah. I have help with my kids all the time because of how I work. Sometimes I need an hour and I'm like, I need to just go off and get some things done, or, anything. It could be anything. Or, you know what? I really need to get out and go out. Please watch my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Or it could be anything. If you need help, ask for help.
That's one of the advantages of having grown adult children in your house.
I'm about to bring my kids over.
Because I'll be like, I need to go. And she know my face. She'll be like, go ahead. I got you. One of the things that I know that I'm just kind of backtracking is when you put yourself first in any situation, if the outcome will be a negative impact on your life. Right. So this is very important because, like I said, it's something I struggle with. I will give the shirt off my back and then be standing there in the wintertime freezing. Yeah, no. So it's very important that you take the time to look at the situation, assess it in detail, and figure out at the end of the situation, where are you going to be standing? Right. And that's a form of selfishness, but that form of selfishness helps you be selfless. Right. At the end of the day. Set those boundaries. Yes.
Set those boundaries, you guys. You have to.
Yeah.
For yourself. Yeah. Be an example to your kids of how boundaries work. Teach them now of how boundaries work. And self-care is also fairness for everybody. Yeah. Listen, I can't help you, but listen, if you do this or this or this, you'll get it done. Or this, point them in the right direction, but I can't be present,
I can't hold your hand through everything. Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, that's what
sometimes you feel bad, but you have your own self to worry about. You know what I mean? Like, you have your own self to worry about. You cannot do everything for everybody.
No, you can't. And don't feel bad that you can't. Right. It's a part of life.
It is.
It's a part of life.
But setting those boundaries is something that is hard to do. But once you do it, you'll be a pro. It's really important to set those so that when you're not taken advantage of, then there's no resentment. Then you mad at this person and not talking to them. Just set those boundaries and learn when to say no. It's okay to say no, and you don't have to explain. No is a complete sentence.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's kind of where we're at. Do some things that are self-pleasing. Buy that shirt that you want, or whatever the case may be. Save up for that bag, or everybody deserves something, everybody deserves something that makes them feel good. And if you're working for it, you deserve it. Why not?
I always say, at the end of the day, I pay the cost to be the boss.
Right? And I ain't nothing but a boss around here.
That's what it is. I pay that cost. I work damn hard, and I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor while they're still ripe. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, one thing I one thing I don't like or dislike is someone who doesn't know when to pull back on their selfishness, when it's always about them.
It's definitely a balancing act.
Yeah,
it's definitely a balancing act, because you do have those people who are so into self that they're just kind of like, look, fool, I'm asking you for a loan. I know you got it. You just bought a Maserati. You didn't need a Maserati. You could have still drove your Toyota. You know what I'm saying? So help us out. And then they looking at you like, girl, because I got to go and do this and do that and do this and do that. But those type of people, like, there's no balance. They don't understand. That's the negative selfishness.
Right.
Yeah.
There's definitely priorities in play when it comes to being selfish. Self-care. One thing I did want to promote, but I'm just going to put out a challenge. It's a 31-day challenge, 31 days of self-love starting on Friday. So what I'm going to do is post a question on the Melanin Boulevard page, and you can repost it or screenshot it, whatever you want to do, and then put it on your page and answer the question. Just make sure you tag us and use the hashtag Melanin Boulevard. But we want to promote self-love and self-care. So I'm just going to put out a 31-day challenge to do so. A wise queen once said, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
I love RuPaul.
Oh, RuPaul.
I've always loved RuPaul. Remember when he had a talk show? Really? I've been a RuPaul fan since I was little. I wasn't allowed to watch the show though.
I appreciate him, but I don't watch Drag Race, and I'm not really like big on, because I don't watch reality TV though. So
I don't watch reality TV either. Not anymore, at least.
But that is true. If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? And and just to kind of side note too, for the women who are out there, my sisters who are out there who just so happen to be in a relationship with a fuck nigga, and you're sitting there taking they shit, girl, let it go.
Literally, isn't this another? It
is another topic.
We could so go off
about self-love.
That is so about self-love.
Yes.
First of all, I've been there. I can't say we all been there, but a lot of us have been there where, listen, we dealing with fuck boys. Look at yourself. It all stems from yourself, because you have to be in a certain place in order for you to put up with something like that. Self-love would not allow you to accept that type of treatment.
No.
At the end of the day. Because dealing with a fuck boy, it's all about them. It's never about you.
Right.
Self-love. And hey, there's some fuck girls out there too. So
the fellas, that goes out to you too.
Right. It is about you. If you have something inside you that one is attracting a person like that, you got to check yourself.
Yeah.
What's something that you've done for self-love? Like, what's one of the biggest? This is actually one of the questions, but I just want to ask, what's one of the things that you've done that's been the biggest self-love, like a gesture that you've done for yourself?
Throughout my whole life?
Yeah.
I walked away.
Yeah, that's a big, that's huge.
And it took 5 years for me to do that. So I ain't gonna go off into detail, but yeah, I walked away. I walked away 2 months pregnant with a 1.5-year-old infant.
Yeah.
You know, but I had to walk away because at the end of the day, I had turned over a new leaf in my life where I was like, I realized I don't love myself, period.
Yeah.
And I had to do that.
Oh my gosh.
I had to walk away.
Isn't like that statement right there, I didn't love myself. That is some shit that'll turn your whole world around.
Yeah.
I had to walk away too, twice. Well, 3 times. Because once from Simone's dad. Simone was 6 months old. Bye. And I never went back.
Right.
The second time, and the second and third time was with my husband.
Yeah.
You have to love yourself more than you are loving this person, because if they're not reciprocating the same thing back, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing to yourself? You're not accomplishing your goals if you're worried more about this person.
Yeah.
And I wasn't accomplishing my goals. I wasn't being the best Racheal that I could be. one of the best things that I ever did for myself that has to do with self-love is I went to counseling. Like, if I didn't go to counseling, I would not have even known where to start.
And that's self-love and self-care. And it's a big thing in the Black community because we generally don't believe in counseling or talking to someone with a non-biased opinion. You want to get the opinion of your homegirls who are going to tell you, oh, leave that nigga, blah, 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 do this, do that, or vice versa, leave that bitch, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When in essence, what you need to do is talk to someone who does not know your life and can see the bigger picture of every situation. So counseling is something that is a really, really, really big thing that needs to happen more often in our community.
I think every single person should go to counseling. I don't give a crap. Once a month, every 2 months, go to counseling, because we all have things that we need to fix. Because anything that we go through in life, you need to look at the person in the mirror.
Yeah.
Whether it be like a relationship, whether it be you not accomplishing something, it starts with you, and it starts at your foundation. Mm-hmm. Everything starts at the foundation. Now, if that foundation is cracked, you're going to have problems at the top. Mm-hmm. So when I went to counseling, and when I got to the point where I'm like going to counseling because I have really bad anger issues, and going through a breakup, it was really hard trying to figure out myself. But that statement of having to forgive yourself for not loving yourself the way that you're supposed to be loved. Like, damn, Racheal, you didn't love yourself to go to even put yourself in that position. You didn't care nothing about yourself. You didn't treat yourself right. So how is someone else going to treat you right? Because
you don't know what to expect.
Right. Yeah. Give yourself that love from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Teach your children that. Self-love and self-care is so important. Some selfishness is so important.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever let nobody tell you that being a little selfish is bad.
It's bad.
Don't let nobody make you feel bad about caring for yourself. Oh, you get your nails done, or you bought a new bag, or you bought a new purse.
You damn right I did.
Yeah, you have kids, but are your kids in need of anything?
Right.
Then you can say something if my kid's looking raggedy, you know. But take care of yourself. Like, that's so important.
Absolutely.
And we're not martyrs, and we're not here to be doormats, and we're not here to be sacrificed.
Exactly.
So that's where I'm at with it. So I will post the 31-day challenge starting on Friday. I really hope that people participate. If not, I'm still going to do it, because it's something that'll help me too.
Yeah, I am hoping people will participate too, because self-reflection is a major part of self-care.
Yeah.
You don't know how to care for yourself if you don't see what's wrong.
Exactly. And there's something going on with everybody.
Yeah. Oh, girl. Yeah.
I like to say I'm perfect, but I got little things.
I'm not perfect until I reach Beyonce level.
Girl.
I'm just playing. Perfect in every element,
right? No, but yeah, that's some real stuff right there. I really want our community, our Black community, to really step up the game on self-care, especially the mothers, especially parents. You know, when you feel like you have to sacrifice for your kids, still take care of yourself. It's so important.
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to say?
Nope. That is it.
I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. Respond, comment under the post, like it, do all the things above. Be sure to check out our website, Melanin Boulevard, with the Boulevard spelled out, www.melaninblvd.com. And of course, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to Melanin Boulevard, Boulevard spelled out.
We gonna get it together.
Right, on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and don't be petty, give us those 5 stars. We need them stars,
please.
Okay?
Thank you.
Also, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Melanin Boulevard. Boulevard is abbreviated.
We're going to get it together.
Don't forget to tell your friends so they can tell their friends, and then maybe we can be friends, to tune in every Thursday to listen to us be drunk on these microphones.
Girl, because that wine got a good
right.
Going.
I literally just had one glass. I'm not about that life. That's it.
We gonna post
the picture of the wine too, because This one, yeah.
Some good shit.
Yeah, it'll have me twerking to Luke in just a second.
Shout out to my boss. She's the best.
Yeah, thank you. This episode of Melanin Boulevard has been executive produced by Racheal Martin.
Bye, guys.